So I'm super bullish on Marathon Digital after watching this video. And now I'm watching another video on the CFO talking about Marathon Digital. And it's pretty exciting, I have to say. And if I look at Marathon Digital stock, right, at the moment, they're valued at $5.69 billion. They have over 50, probably by now, 51,000 Bitcoin on the balance sheet, or close to there. Like, they have 50.68, like 5.7, 50.7 Bitcoin, 50.7K Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And if you do the math of what Bitcoin is right now, it's like almost $6 billion, I think. Let me just do that. Times 118,000. $5.9 billion of Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And they are trading at $5.7 billion market cap. Okay, it's like okay, but didn't they just like raise convertible debt? Yeah, at 0% interest rate. And you know, if you look at the balance sheet, right? They have $6 billion of Bitcoin on the balance sheet at 118K. They have $2.4 billion of total debt at the moment. 2.6, right? Plus almost another billion on top of that. So they have about $3.6 billion of debt on the balance sheet. And they have a total of $7 billion of cash. But this debt is 0% interest rate. Don't forget, 0% interest rate. It's a convertible debt. They could, in theory, by 2030. But by 2030, Bitcoin should be a lot higher than what it is right now. And they should have way more Bitcoin. And the stock price will probably pump with Bitcoin, right? Like if Bitcoin goes, I don't know, 7 billion, 8 billion, 9 billion. I mean, sorry, if Bitcoin doubles and goes like 200K, that 50,000 Bitcoin would be worth $12 billion or at least 10 billion US, 10 billion US. So it will double the price of Marathon Digital to at least $30. At least $30 if Bitcoin goes to 200K, which eventually it will. You know, I really believe that. But they're doing a lot more, right? The business is like they own the energy, so you know, and they're getting into AI energy, like providing, I guess. I'm not 100% sure in this. I'm not like a super expert on Marathon. I just listen to this guy, and you know, I never listened to the earnings call, but you know, I still think Marathon Digital is severely undervalued at these prices. What they could do in theory is, you know, if their stock price goes to $100 in the future by 2030, if it does, I mean, they could raise debt, or not raise debt. They could potentially raise capital through Marathon shares and use that money to pay back the debt, so they don't have to dilute at a lower price. They can pay back that debt and dilute at a higher price, because these shares are like diluted at like $20, $30. They could dilute at $100, pay back this debt, and not increase the share amount that much. In theory, right? In theory. Or they can raise capital using banks and pay back that debt at the end of the day. I don't know. Or they can sell some of the Bitcoin to pay back some of that debt. Like if Bitcoin goes to 500K, they could sell some of that Bitcoin to pay back that debt. So, you know, there's lots of ways for Marathon Digital to pay back that debt. They don't have to dilute shareholders. That's all I have to say about that. We'll see what happens in the future, but I feel like Marathon Digital is, you know, I mean, it could go lower, but I highly doubt it because Bitcoin went up. So I'm thinking that we're gonna see like a 10% pop on Marathon Digital on Monday because Bitcoin has just hit 18K. But if it doesn't, it's a buying opportunity in my opinion. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.